So, you're ready for the wild world of the Twitch subathon. Fantastic! I'm Lavonda Rocks, DJ, streamer, and content coach. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the subathon timer. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you some tips on how to run a successful subathon so that you make some money and you build the relationships and community, which is what it's all about. Let's go. All right, so let's set up the subathon timer. You're going to go to Google and you're going to type in Marathon Timer Twitch. You're going to go ahead and click on, it's usually the first thing that comes up. You can also click the link in the description. It's marathontimer.herokuapp.com. What you're going to do is log in with your Twitch and you'll get to this page, and this is where you're going to set up how much time is added for each action. So when I did mine, I added 60 seconds for every $1 that was tipped and 60 seconds for every 100 bits. New subs got 120 seconds. Tier 2 and Tier 3 went up accordingly, and resubs were the same. When you're finished and you're adjusting all of your times, you're going to click Save Settings. The next tab over is for when you're in the middle of your subathon, you can go ahead and you can manually add time. The set timer is what you're going to use to start your subathon. So for instance, if you want to start with 4-hour stream and then time gets added accordingly, that's what you would do. For me, I started with 8 hours and then the maximum that could be added was 16. Equaling a 24-hour. I capped it at 24. I think it's a good idea to cap your subathons. Otherwise, you could end up going for days. When you're finished with that, you click Set Timer. Next tab over is the font settings. So in the font settings, you can adjust the size, the weight, the color, and obviously the font. So you're going to scroll through, you're going to choose a font that goes along with your branding or your stream look. And once you land on something that you like, you click Save Settings. Now this is a way, if you use Streamlabs OBS, you go ahead and you connect your Streamlabs. It's super easy. It's just the same. You link to Streamlabs, you log in with your Twitch, and you're set up. Now the last tab is the timer widget, and this is the actual browser source that you're going to copy and paste into your OBS or your Streamlabs OBS. So I'll copy it. Then you would go over to your OBS. So when you click on Add a browser source, you're going to copy and paste the URL here. Click OK. If we go back to our main scene, you can see we've added a countdown timer. When done right, subathons can be a win-win for both the streamer and the community. Subathons create these memorable moments and these bonds. And I recently ran my first subathon, which I lovingly named Bushathon in honor of my community. It was the most fun I've had streaming in a long time. So I want to give you some tips. First tip is to offer incentives to your viewers. For instance, at a certain amount of subs, maybe you eat something weird, or for every 10 subs, you could do a fun challenge. The incentives encourage the viewers to donate, which extends the timer. Here's some examples. This is what I did for my community. And as I was thinking about what incentives to offer, I really tried to think about what they would like and what would make it worthwhile for them. My whole goal was to be amusing or entertaining. My second tip is to decide on a cap for the amount of time that you are willing to do a subathon for. This could be anything you're comfortable with, from 12 hours up to 48 hours, or even a week. If you leave it uncapped, anything can happen. Don't underestimate the power of your community. Remember in the case of Ludwig, who ended up streaming for over a month. My third tip is to plan your event, including your meals, your bathroom breaks, and anything that you can do to break up the amount of hours that you're going to be streaming. Sitting for too long is not good for you. And if you're a DJ, in my case, you don't want to be standing up for an entire 24 hours either. Seriously, make sure you plan on when you're going to eat. You have to nourish yourself. This is going to be work. It's going to be fun, but it's still going to be work. So whether you're preparing snack or you're planning on ordering food, just make sure you have a plan. My fourth tip is to stay hydrated. Always have water with you, especially if you're drinking, like I did, because I love tequila. It's essential to keep yourself hydrated, especially during longer streams. Remember, if you're thirsty, it's too late. You're already dehydrated. And before I get to my last and most important tip, consider subscribing and liking this video if it's helped you. I'm still on the road to my first 1,000 subscribers, and it would mean a lot to me. Okay, this fifth tip is the most important. Variety is key. Have a list of things that you're going to do that you can switch between. Playing games for an entire subathon is going to be boring, not only for you, but for your viewers. Playing one genre of music is going to get really old. Keep things fresh and engaging. I made a schedule that I posted that you can check out over here, where I varied the genre of music I played. I added games and activities for in-between times when I knew that I would be eating or taking a break. And in the end, you really need to be prepared for anything to happen. Even if you think your subathon might not gain that much traction, you never know. Here's another video that might be helpful for you on how to set up your follow and sub goals so you can make some more money and grow your followers and your community.